So the Transformers franchise is not very good at all. They all range from incredibly stupid but somewhat enjoyable, mostly because of the action, to some of the worst movies I've ever seen. Which sucks because the series has a lot of potential, but all that potential was given to Michael Bay. So yeah, that's why the series turned out the way it did. But now, after 11 godforsaken years, Paramount Pictures finally let someone with talent direct a Transformers movie. So now the newest movie in the series, Bumblebee, has finally arrived. It's time to review it.
You've got me. And I'm not going anywhere.
So ever since it was announced that someone who isn't Michael Bay would be directing a Transformers movie, I've just been super excited. Even though it's just a spin-off, but whatever. But I became even more excited when I found out the director would be Travis Knight, the director of Kubo and the Two Strings, one of my favorite movies of 2016. And then the trailers came out, and they looked really good as well. Like this was actually gonna have some heart to it, unlike every other Transformers movie. So, needless to say, I was actually looking forward to this, despite not liking the rest of the Transformers franchise. So now that Bumblebee is out, I thought that it was really good. It's not perfect, and I'll get into that later, but overall, it's by far the best Transformers movie. Well, that said, I haven't seen Transformers The Last Night, so that might be better. But I have my doubts. Let's start off with the positives. By far, the best part of this movie was the friendship between Bumblebee and Haley Steinfeld's character. Haley Steinfeld was fantastic in this. Same with George Lendeborg, or however you pronounce that, I definitely butchered it. And surprisingly, John Cena. And I liked how his character wasn't really a villain. He was an antagonist, but he's not really a bad person, and throughout the movie, he's just taking orders or doing what he thinks is right based on the information he knows. Also, apparently he's meant to be a character from G.I. Joe, which Hasbro also owns, and are working on rebooting. So yeah, I'd be up for a John Cena-led G.I. Joe movie. The Transformers in this are also really good. Bumblebee is just adorable. He acts sort of like a child in this, which is a problem with a lot of the other movies. I mean, you'd think an advanced alien race wouldn't constantly throw a tantrum. In this though, there's a reason for him acting like a child, which I won't spoil. Also, he doesn't act all aggressive or start screaming about killing people like Optimus in Age of Extinction. The villains, Shatterstar and Dropkick, were alright. They didn't have a ton of development, but one of them had a gun that turned people into goo, so that's a plus. The action and effects were good for the most part. I loved the sequence on Cybertron. That was amazing. But apart from that, nothing much stood out. It was still all well done though. The movie also has a lot of heart, and it captures the feeling of an 80s movie, and also pays homage to films such as E.T. and The Breakfast Club. As for the negatives, the scene where we first meet John Cena's character contains one of the biggest coincidences in movie history. Again, no spoilers, but while watching the scene play out, I was just left going, really? There were also some moments that reminded me of the Michael Bay films, particularly the scenes that just grind to a halt to have a joke. The jokes themselves weren't insultingly bad, but the execution of some of them felt like a Michael Bay movie, and I swear they gave me PTSD. There was also the brother character who was just so annoying. He was meant to be the comic relief, but nothing he did or said was funny, and I just ended up hating him. Also, it is as humans working with Decepticons again, and I'm really sick of it. I mean, this one's more self-aware about it, but just stop it. That's what happened in Transformers 3, 4, and probably 5. Again, haven't seen it, probably a masterpiece. And I'm sick of it happening in all these movies. Just stop. Overall though, Bumblebee was a breath of fresh air to the Transformers franchise. It's got good characters, good action, and plenty of heart, and even though it's meant to be a prequel, I say just scrap the rest of the continuity and go off from here. Do it Paramount, no one will even care. I'm giving Bumblebee an 8 out of 10. Okay, so just a quick little update on my Aquaman review. I thought for the longest time that it was coming out December 13th, but instead it's coming out Boxing Day here. So the review's gonna be pretty late. Along with my 2018 superhero movies ranked video, my top 10 blockbusters 2018 video, which I also plan to get out before the end of the year. And before then, I'll try to get out top 10 anticipated movies of 2019 video. But it's possible that none of this will go to plan, so who knows. Just letting you guys know what's going on. Anyway, that's what I thought about Bumblebee. Thanks for watching, I really appreciate it. If you want, you can follow me on Twitter at TinMiggyYT. Leave a like and subscribe for more videos like this one.